you don't actually have to fight the crowd. You can niche down and rise above the noise. So let's dive into how, because I'm often asked, how do you find your niche as an adult creator? Welcome back to On the Horizon. This is MelRose Michaels. I am your host, and I'm here to share what's worked for me in building my adult creator business to try to make building yours just a little bit easier. Let's get into today's episode. Picture this: millions of creators on OnlyFans, all vying for the same eyeballs. You're good, but how do you get noticed? Today, we're cracking the code on standing out in a saturated market, because niches are nice, and it's likely your ticket to winning altogether. It's said that over 2 million creators are active right now, and global competition is huge. You're basically up against folks worldwide, some charging pennies on the dollar. In today's episode, I want to give you 5 tactical steps to find your own niche, plus a story from how I found mine. So the first thing to discuss is really the saturation struggle and why it is so tough out there. Because it is, and we've all experienced it, and we all know it. The adult industry is booming, and it is great for opportunity, but brutal for visibility. Newbies join every day, and top earners typically pull the spotlight. We definitely saw a huge influx of new creators in the space at the height of the COVID boom. Because there was so much more traffic entering the space, there's also so much more competition as well. A lot of people were losing their jobs and looking for other ways to supplement income, and OnlyFans seemed just like the easiest, greatest opportunity with a Wi-Fi connection for anyone that was willing. But reality is that this work isn't that hard, that there is high market saturation, especially now, but there's also global competition. Creators in lower cost regions can uppercut our pricing while you're stuck battling algorithms and copycats. So it's not just a race to survive, but it's also a race to shine. And when you're up against erasure, like platforms deleting you and things of that nature, you're not just fighting for pricing, you're fighting to be seen at all. OnlyFans is said to have added over 500,000 creators in 2023 alone. So you have to really grasp this idea that standing out isn't optional, it's survival. But here's the secret: you don't actually have to fight the crowd. You can niche down and rise above the noise. So let's dive into how, because I'm often asked, how do you find your niche as an adult creator? If you're enjoying this podcast episode so far, please take one moment to share it with another one of your adult content creator friends, because you know what the rule is here. We do not gatekeep, and we want to make as many adult creators' businesses as easy as possible. And you sharing this episode with them might do exactly that. Thanks so much in advance. So here are going to be 5 tangible, practical, executable strategies for carving out what makes you special in the space. So step 1 is to mine your uniqueness. And this is mine, like gold mine, not mined. So first, I want you to list 3 things that only you can bring. So is that your look, your vibe, your skills? Examples might be, a quirky humor, or maybe you're very, very witty, or maybe you have a bunch of tattoo art, or you have a really great voice for ASMR. Whatever things you can pinpoint that set you apart, you're going to want to write those down. So grab a notebook, maybe at the top write, what's my weird, and then make a bunch of bullet points in a list of all of the things that make you you. Is it your cosplay kink? Is it this sex act you like to do? Is it the way you look, the way you sound? Maybe you have storytelling at your disposal. Maybe you are really cinematographic and you can make crazy, cool, high-end, super high production videos because it just is in your skill set. Whatever these things are, mine your uniqueness and identify them. Step 2 is going to be to spy on the market. Now, at the time you're listening to this episode, we are entering the age of AI. So market research has literally never been easier. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Grok on X, you can use Gemini with Google, you can use any AI in the market to help you do market research on adult. So you can type in something like search whatever platform for the top creators in the adult industry, or give me the list of top trending videos on Pornhub right now, or give me the top highest earning OnlyFans creators in the world, or whatever it might be. But you're going to want to look into who's performing well, and then you're going to want to see which gaps you can fill in those top performers. So maybe, let's say, cosplay is trending on Pornhub and it's one of the top performing searches. Okay, so cosplay is trending. Interesting. I do cosplay. That's great. Now, maybe something else that's trending is lesbian. Okay, cool. Well, you probably make a lesbian, collaborative content with another cosplayer, and that gets me further into that niche. But maybe on top of that, you're a redhead, and that makes you very narrow down. So maybe you do a redheaded lesbian cosplay video. You kind of take the top searches and then you reverse engineer them to get more and more specific to something only you can do. So this is going to help you prove the demand before you commit to creating a supply for it. So execution might look like you post goth foot content, which is unusual, but probably a market for it and probably a lot of demand for something that has a very small supply. When you are niching down, that is what you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to fill the demand that is big for something that's very small, so that all of those people looking for that thing are destined to find you. And then you start growing. Now, step 3 is going to be to test your niche. So maybe you drop a $5 teaser post in a potential niche that you're testing and say something like the first 10 subs get a custom video and track signups. This is an extreme because custom videos can get pretty time intensive, but an idea like that, test a piece of new content in niche. So like maybe I put a cosplay trailer up, a video, and I say that if this post of the cosplay trailer gets $100 in tips, I'll drop the video. Can that post get $100 in tips? This is going to be what indicates to me whether my fan base, my current fan base and audience, is interested in this kind of niche content. And it's going to help me understand if there's demand for it before I commit to going crazy and diving in and buying all the things and making all that content specifically. Next step is going to be to brand it hard. So pick a tagline, pick a color scheme. If you are the vamp vixen and it's all black everything, your profile should look like that. Your content should look like that. You should be recognizable from just looking at a piece of your work. And you're going to slap it on every bio, every social profile. You're going to incorporate it to every caption on every post. You're going to see the same kind of font styling, color scheme on every thumbnail. You want to make yourself very memorable and identifiable at a glance. People should be able to look at something you've done and know exactly who you are or what brand it's from. This is why things like the biggest brands in our lives are so recognizable. Their logos, their colors, their patterns. Think purses, think designer, think premium branding. You want to be extremely recognizable. That is what the branding is. Brand hard. Now, step 5 is going to be double down and promote. So you're going to want to post 3 niche specific pieces of content this week. And then you're going to push it on X or on social media platforms with hashtags or keywords like niche kink or unique fans or hashtags or keywords very specific to the thing you are branded to be. So if you are the vamp vixen, you're going to want to hashtag vampire, hashtag vixen, hashtag vamp vixen, hashtag your stage name, hashtag all black everything, hashtag goth, all of that. So you're going to want to use these keywords, and they don't have to be hashtags. You can just write them as keywords. But you're going to want to use them across social when you promote, and you're going to want to drop those super niche specific pieces of content with all of those keywords so that you start becoming discoverable for this specific thing you do and create. Now, in terms of execution, you're going to want to put out that content, brand it hard, and keyword optimize so that people can find it. And you're going to want to schedule it to drop in your peak hours. This is just core social media marketing at its finest. Now, these aren't going to be guesses. Like, these are your roadmaps. So you're going to start with step 1 today, which is mining your uniqueness, listing all the things that make you you and that make you really special and a one-off in the market. You're going to do market research. You're going to explore all of those things on your list that make you you, and you're going to see what people are searching for. You're going to see what is missing in the categories that are being searched for, what categories and gaps you can fill. Then you're going to test a niche. You're going to put out a piece of content and see how it performs. And you're going to make sure that it is very branded. Step 4, it's branded hard so that's easily identifiable for that niche. And then you're going to double down and promote the hell out of it. Now, once you've done that, you followed those 5 actionable steps to sort out your niche, you're going to brand your niche and make it stick. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a signature offer. Offer something that no one else does. So maybe you do tarot reading in your content. Maybe that's like this weird kink thing or this thing you really enjoy doing in your real life you want to incorporate in your content. Maybe you do a tarot card reading video where you predict the future of yourself getting naked and touching yourself. Okay, these are like easy pivots you can make in content to make adult content. So have a signature offer, a signature thing that you do that no one else does, price it at whatever value you think you can get for it. Start at $20, test, pivot, and then make it exclusive. Only 5 people get this piece of content. The first 5 to purchase it, get it. After that, I'm unsending the DM, something like that. And see how it performs. See how this signature offer does. And if it performs really well, you can make it repeatable. It's something you can do again and again and again. Then lean into your story. So share why this niche is you, how it is your persona, how it relates to you, how you came to be it, where these things come from. Like, you want to maybe post a 30-second video just talking about yourself and how this came to be and why this is your life, because you want to be relatable to your audience. And a story really sells the brand. So having a brand story of how you became Van Vixen or how you became the tarot temptress is a really great way to attract your audience, engage them, and build them into a loyal following. And then collaborate in your niche. So team up with other creators who complement your niche. Maybe, Goth Queen meets Latex King, for example. And you can do that by reaching out to creators. If you're kind of uncomfortable reaching out to creators, you can always join CEO Society. It's ceosociety.app, and it's a private free creator community where you can talk to other creators about anything and everything you can imagine, but also get to know them and make some friends that you can potentially collaborate with down the road. Now, it's important to brand it right, because it's not just your market when you're collaborating, it's both of your markets, and you're also creating the market. So something important to remember. Now, when you are niching down, this is because it's going to catapult you further quicker. It's very easy and very effective to be a bigger fish in a small pond, the niche, than it is to be a small fish in a big pond, the new creator that tries to do everything in the big ocean of creators trying to do everything. That is not going to be an effective way to quickly build an audience or succeed in the adult industry. They always say riches are in the niches, because if you niche down, you have a better opportunity to work with targeted buyers for whatever you're selling. So I hope that you can take these 5 steps and find your niche. You should be mining, you should be spying on the market, testing things, branding and promoting, and plus taking into consideration those 3 branding hacks to really lock it in so you can stand out. So this week's step 1 is going to be building on that list of what makes you you and making sure that you do the research to support how you can capitalize on that. The market is packed. There's no lying about that. We are saturated. It's a fact. But niching down, that is wide open. So I hope you consider claiming it. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. It would be absolutely incredible if you rated this podcast 5 stars and left a little review. We want to get this podcast to as many adult creators as possible, and you taking a second to leave a couple stars and a review really helps us do that. Thanks so much.